Hi, I'm Carl Franklin. In episode 42 of the .NET Show, I started the process to deploy a MAUI app to the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. I created developer accounts for both platforms. We had to wait for approval. In episode 43, I submitted the Android version to the Google Play Store. In episode 44, I confirmed that the Android beta version was in the Google Play Store, and I deployed the iOS version to the Apple Store. In this episode, I'm submitting the app to TestFlight and inviting my viewers and listeners to test it, and even offering a special prize to one lucky tester who finds a bug that I purposely left in. I'm publishing the .NET Rocks podcast client app that we built in episodes 28, 30, 31, and 33. This is the fourth episode in a series that you can use as a guide to publish your own MAUI apps to the mobile app stores. Publishing Part 4 is coming right up on the .NET Show. So, let's go to App Store Connect and look at my apps. And there it is. And if you notice, it says ready for sale right here. So that's good. Now, before we go any further, I need to tell you that my friend and colleague attempted to submit an app to the Apple App Store that was merely a demo of in-app purchases. He used the default .NET MAUI icon and theme. Well, Apple noticed this and rejected it because it referenced .NET, which is a copyrighted moniker. So if you're going to publish a demo or test app to the Apple Store, you should publish for internal testing only and use TestFlight to test the app. And I'm going to show you how to use TestFlight. But first, I want to show you the app running on my iPhone. So here's my iPhone. I'll go to the App Store, and I'm going to search for .NET Rocks. Now here's the thing. This one right here, this first one with the black icon, that is the Diatom version of .NET Rocks. This is the first version that we ever had published. This is no longer being maintained, and it's going to be deleted soon. But if you scroll down, this is our version. .NET Rocks with the blue icon. If you click it, that's what it looks like. So I'm going to click the download link, which is right here. And I'll open it. Now that splash screen came and went really, really fast, but that's okay. But here's what I noticed on my particular iPhone is that if I go to details and I click play, downloading, says it's playing, but I don't hear nothing. Now, this is just on my iPhone. This is the iPhone that I've been using to test and everything else. It's got the latest version of iOS on it. It is the latest iPhone. It's an iPhone 14 Pro Max, right? It's the biggest, latest one that I could possibly get. Now, here's the thing. My wife has an iPhone Pro Max 11. She upgraded to the latest iOS version, and it runs fine on hers. Not only that, but I have an iPad, and I downloaded it on the iPad, and it runs fine. And I know at least 3 people who've downloaded it on their iPhones with the latest iOS and everything else, and it works fine. So I don't know what's going on, but the fact is I can't demo it on my iPhone because of that stupid freaking thing. Now, I know it's a problem with my particular iPhone and the audio plugin for MAUI that I'm using. I have since sent an email to Gerald, but I don't think it's his problem. I think it must be a problem with, when you set up an iPhone for provisioning, perhaps something happens. I don't know. All I know is that other iPhones with the same iOS version work just fine. Mine does not. Okay, now I want to show you TestFlight. So what is TestFlight? So this helps developers test beta versions of their apps and app clips using the TestFlight app. You're going to download TestFlight on the App Store for iPhone or whatever your device is. And basically what you're going to do is invite people. And .NET Rocks is like a public app. So I want to invite all of .NET Rocks listeners to test it. So I'm going to send them, or just, make it available, a public link invitation. Let's go back here and click on the app and then click TestFlight. Now there's two ways to do this. You can have an internal list of testers, which means that it's a curated list that you manage by email. You're going to send these particular people an invitation to test. And then there's external testing, which means that it's open to anybody who has the link. So I'm going to do that. But first, I'm going to show you how to do internal testing. So we'll click plus, I'll create a group, .NET Rocks group. I'll create that. So the first thing you'll notice is that external testing also shows up after you've added that group. So if you're going to do external testing, you still have to create a group. Now we can add testers, but if I click plus, check this out. I can only select from the users that I've sanctioned before. So myself, that's it. I can only add myself. So if you scroll up, you'll see users and access right here. If you go there, now you can add your users. These are users that you can pick from to participate in the internal beta test, right? So if I click this, Carla Franklin's Net, admin, whatever, and I invite, right? Now to get back, I have to go to apps, .NET Rocks, TestFlight. And then if I go to .NET Rocks group and add testers, Carla Franklin's Net is not going to show up until he accepts. Okay? So I think you pretty much got the workflow here. But that's not what I want to do. I want to do external testing. So for that, I'm going to click this, and I'm going to say DNR listeners. That's my group. So it says no builds have been approved for TestFlight beta testing yet. So we actually have to submit it for TestFlight beta testing. To do that, we're going to go to iOS under the Builds menu. Okay, now go over to Groups and click the plus button. And let's go to DNR listeners. A feedback email is going to be your email. I'll put mine, carl@appvnext.com, and my name, my phone number, and my email. So this sign-in information is not required in my case because it's a free app and it doesn't require a login. So if it does, you can enter your username and password here, but mine does not. Now I'll click next. So now they want to know what to test. So I'm going to let my testers know what I'd like them to test in this build. And this will be available to testers in all groups who have access to the build. So please put the app through its paces. Listen to multiple episodes. Create playlists and let them complete. Use the app like you would if it was ready for prime time. And now I'm going to submit for review. Okay, now it's waiting for review. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have the TestFlight URL until it is approved. So just a couple of days later, and yes, it did take a couple of days, I go back to the App Store Connect site and I look at my TestFlight tab, and sure enough, I've got a button to enable a public link. Because remember, we did internal testing just to show that we could do it. And this is external testing, right? So this is the DNR listeners. And what I'm going to do is enable this public link and then share it with all my listeners and with you. And what happens next, you'll have to stay tuned for. So let's press the button. Am I sure? Yes, I'm sure. So just to be sure, everything's going to work. Let's go up to iOS under Builds. make sure your build is here and it's approved, and that the DNR listeners group, DL, well, because it's DNR listeners, DL, make sure that that group is enabled. So I pulled up my iPhone, opened Chrome, and I'm going to go to testflight.netrocks.com. Step 1, get TestFlight. All right, I guess I'm going to have to go to the store and download it. And open it. And I'm going to allow notifications and continue. So there it is. TestFlight allows developers to test their apps by inviting users to install test builds. I have to agree to the terms. And I'm ready to test. So to accept an invite, I'm going to tap on the link in the email or enter the invitation redeem code. So I guess I'll go back to my email. And when I clicked on testflight.apple.com, remember, step 1 was get TestFlight. Step 2 is join the beta. So I'm going to click Start Testing. And here we go, .NET Rocks. Accept. Install. And my app is already installed. I'm going to replace the current app with the test version. And here we go. I'm going to open it. So this is my message. So to share feedback, I'm going to take a screenshot and send it to the developer directly from this app. So I'll start testing. So here's the rub, and here's where it gets interesting. This app has a bug in it. I've specifically left it in there for you to find. It's not the semicolon at the end of every description. That's easily fixable. I'm talking about a flaw. Something that when you encounter it, you're going to say, oh, well, this is not usable. This is a real bug. Okay? Find the bug. And when you find it, submit the feedback, and I'm going to pick a winner of a prize from all of the testers who find the bug. And that winner, picked at random, is going to get a .NET Rocks mug, a Music to Code by collection, and I'm going to announce their name on the next episode. So go to it. And folks, this is where I leave you. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please visit blazertrain.com and the .NETshow.com for more great content.